It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we'll get to see a battle for conference superiority. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Green Bay Packers, and it's all up next.
There's a look at one of the most iconic sports venues in the lower 48, built back in 1957 under the title of City Stadium. We are at Lambeau Field in Green Bay, Wisconsin. Coming up, we got a good matchup on tap here, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Green Bay Packers. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
Here's Anders Carlson set to get this one started, and we are underway here at Lambeau. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Here comes the Ravens on offense, and the man in charge from Louisville, the former MVP, Lamar Jackson.
Early part of his career, defenses really had to focus on his running ability, and they still do. But now, he's turned himself into a true dual-threat quarterback. When he plants his cleats in the ground and turns it loose, good things happen downfield.
They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 9. Now Jackson. And that one's going to come up a little short. It's incomplete.
Even the greats in this game, and he certainly qualifies as one of them, they're going to have trouble if they continue to throw into double coverage.
He better be careful. Throwing into too much double coverage might have a couple of them picked off. So trouble already here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 9. To throw is Jackson. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. Their opening drive here is going to result in a punt. They got 7 yards there, but not enough.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting that first down, but that's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
4th down, and out comes Jordan Stout here to punt. Here comes Reed. It's a 42-yard punt, but 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. So here comes the Packers offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by a first-round pick in the 2020 draft out of Utah State. This is Jordan Love.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
First down, going to the air with Love. He has it complete to Christian Watson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
Here's Love. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's third down.
Well, anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
On third down, Love. Over the middle here, it's hauled in by Watson. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and 8.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game, but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go up and make the tackle right away.
On 4th down, the Packers call on Daniel Whelan to punt. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Ravens will get it. 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. And they'll begin by running the option. And maybe the wrong read there as he's going to go down immediately. That was all Preston Smith. Navigating into the backfield, he gets the tackle for loss. And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
Only a yard there on the keeper, and that's going to leave him with a third down.
Typically on the read option play, when we talk about responsibilities, we're talking about what the quarterback has to go through. How about the inside linebacker, though? His job on this play, shadow the quarterback and hold him to a short gain. Did it to perfection.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get on track in this one.
Now is a punter, Jordan Stout. The return is Reed. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. A short field to work with here as they take over 1st and 10.
Drill 52. Set.
Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And a pretty athletic run right there as he's going to get this down inside the 40. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10.
Ready. 10 cycle.
39-yard line.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Over the middle, complete. That's Watson. And he's going to get this inside the 30. It's a gain of 12, and the Packers have the first. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
That run right there was an offensive line coach's dream, wasn't it? Guys picked up all of their assignments. Nice gap for the running back to get through. Pick up 7 yards. Yeah, he's probably chortling on the headset right now saying, we got it going, boys. Let's keep it going.
And he's only going to get a yard from the 20 to the 19.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
No score after one on EA Sports. Back for the second quarter in Green Bay. It's the Packers in possession of the football, as they've got it with a third down coming up. Trying to run for it with Jacobs. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's fourth down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness. He's the whole package, and that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
So off goes Love. On is Carlson for the Packer field goal. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal, you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Let's do this, man.
So after the made field goal, here's Carlson to send it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at their own 26. Here's Mitchell now to kick off the drive. And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
I love football lingo and the evolution of it all. Nickel defense makes sense, right? Five defensive backs. But then you go to 6. What are you going to call that? And they call it a
double
dime. A dime, which is just very simple for them. The math doesn't add up. But I know one thing. Offenses love to run against dime defenses. Typically, the bigger guys have an advantage against the smaller defensive backs when they're blocking downfield.
And we saw that advantage right there. Another example right there how this defense really is winning the entire game at the point of attack.
Yeah, right there at the line of scrimmage because they are dominating it. It allows their interior guys to get upfield and spill into the backfield. So how are you going to combat that? You know, people say bring in your tight end, keep him in. Your running backs, they have to step forward. Bottom line, your offensive line has to block them first to give yourself a chance.
Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense, 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline, they keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Packer drive will start from deep in their own territory with a 1st and 10. Love going to break the huddle, lead the Packers up here 1st and 10 at their own 13. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And a dangerous throw there, incomplete. He threw that into coverage. It was nearly intercepted.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well.
He'll definitely say that that's one he should have held on to. But when you're playing in elements like this, sometimes those bullet passes, those ones with a little bit of pace on them, they can be difficult to hold on to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Love. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but they've got this one up to the 35-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
And that's a good job there, knuckling down as an offense. You're trying to avoid 3 and out at all costs. And after 2 straight incompletions, this one's on target, and they're able to keep the chains moving.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. To the air again, Love. Quick slant to Watson. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3. Play action this time with Love. Got his man, that's Luke Musgrave. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. First time that they called his number tonight, and it gets him a 1st down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the 2nd quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. 2nd quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
This will be the 8th play of the drive. It's 3rd and 7. Now Love. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Fine work by the Baltimore defense to help bring up 4th down.
That is certainly one way to frustrate a quarterback. Run those extra defenders on the field. Dime package, lots of speed, no space to fit in the football.
So off goes Love. On is Carlson for the Packer field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. And he missed it. It's no good. And that will keep this a 3-point game.
Now, if this was a clear day in September, I'd say this is well within his range. I'd feel very confident about this kick, but let's be honest about it. In these elements, the difficulty level gets ratcheted up by at least a factor of 5.
Ravens offense getting set and ready for this next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Jackson from the shotgun. A solid stiff arm. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. That one goes for 24 yards.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
Meanwhile, Jackson's throw into the hands of Andrews. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, Boy, then you got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on first down. Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, Jackson. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the gun, a give to Mitchell. And they will rally and stop him short of the first down. They get him to the ground at the 26. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. They'll run for it with Henry. And I don't think he got there. He did not. They stop him a yard shy. Derrick Henry denied here on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. And defensively, they were ready for that, a full-on blitz on 4th down, and they stop him short of the marker.
Oh, and someone's got to feel really good about that, and that's the defensive coordinator. He dialed up a great run blitz defense, and they hit it just right. Stack that thing up. They're going to feel awesome going to the bench after that big play.
On 1st and 10, Love. That's taken in by Watson. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing. Love. Complete once again to Watson. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Love from the gun. He's going to launch this deep for Watson. And he's got it inside the 10. And it's a Packers touchdown. Christian Watson, as the first half is winding down. And the Packers will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Anders Carlson now for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was all capped off by a touchdown catch from Christian Watson. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out.
Fighting through it, he's got space. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 34 yards there and a first down. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And they get themselves on the board here. It's 10-3. So as it turns out, a two-play drive resulting in the field goal. So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away. So we've reached halftime here on New Year's Eve. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, you want the third quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. Not too many breaks ahead according to the radar. More snow on the horizon as we are back underway in half number 2. This fielded right at the goal line. And he won't quite make it to the 25. And Christian Watson and the rest of this offense back out now. Previous series, definitely a focal point. 3 catches, the touchdown grab. As a DB, or former DB, is there a number of catches on a drive you're like, oh, he got the best of us?
I'm not sure there's a number, but there's a great feel. And what he did on the last drive, yeah.
Especially with a touchdown.
Yes.
You're never happy.
You're exactly right. The way he capped it off. So you feel that at the sideline, and now you're looking at your buddies and saying, okay, what are we going to do to take things away from him? Because I'm not sure the other guys can make those sort of plays. So let's make sure that we don't let him get going again.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive, give him 14. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they're leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning it in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Second down at 6 now from the 42. To pass, here's Jordan Love. Short throw to Musgrave.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
Third down and 1. To throw now, here's Love. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. His first catch of this third quarter, he had 7 in the first half. It's also a first down.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
So in Raven territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Love looking to throw it. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. They will throw again here with Jordan Love. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Watson. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 13-yard line. A good pickup there at 22.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Love now to pass on first down. Touchdown! Luke Musgrave from 13 yards out. And the Packers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it was in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, jab, jab. And finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And the lead is now 17-3. So now Carlson, after the touchdown, called on to send this one away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They make their second half debut here, and things are looking a little bit tougher now. You give up the points there, Charles, that touchdown drive on the other side. So now it's a 2-score game here. Got to be careful.
They certainly do, and I'm just wondering at halftime if those guys just looked into each other's eyes and realized what they've got to get done and come out a little bit more charged up, because if they don't get some kind of points here, that next drive, that could make this a 3-possession game.
A short throw caught by Andrews. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
A ball on the 32. It's 2nd and 2. They'll bring the tight end in motion right. On second down, here's Henry. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. It's rare that a man his size can't at least push forward for a yard, but they stopped him there for nothing.
You're talking about tiny? You talking about the little guy back
Tiny.
there? That monster. Yeah, you're exactly right. And it takes a group effort to get a guy like that down and not let him find some space. The first guy in, he's got to take one for the team, right? Because he's just waiting there and holding on for everyone else to help him out.
Jackson to Andrews on that one. First down, Baltimore. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And that'll go for a gain of 18 on the keeper. First down. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8. Running left, it's Henry. And he'll take this one down to the 36.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Jackson. And this is going to be incomplete. Green Bay up to the task there in coverage and forcing a 4th down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
So Jackson will head to the Ravens sideline, and on comes Justin Tucker for the field goal try. Tucker's kick is good. And a second field goal here gets him back within 11 now. It's 17-6. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that, because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
Tucker now following the made field goal, set to kick it away. Nixon now from his end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. The long drive last time out for this offense, Charles, if you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now, but let's give credit where it's due, because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 4. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 62 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I know we're in the era of wide open football, a lot of sprint formations, more space, but there's still a spot for power football. We just saw some of it right there. How about that run?
Yeah, breaking the tackle, and you know, late in this game, he wants the football in his hands. He's had a good day. First down, Love to pass. Open man is Musgrave, the tight end. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31.
And this is seemingly how it's been all game long. This defense has been just a step too slow. And here they're burned again. Another big play.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Here's Love. He hits Dobbs on the crosser. And it's a Packers touchdown. Romeo Dobbs, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have put this one to bed here in the 4th quarter. He's got them out now to a 3-score lead here in the 4th quarter after that one, CD. And well, he looked right off the line like he knew that that ball was coming his way, and he secured it for 6 points.
Yeah, I think when you're leading by a healthy margin already, It actually loosens you up and allows you to take maybe a few more chances and definitely play with more confidence, because he certainly saw something he could exploit in the defense, and he made sure to let his quarterback know, just get it to me. And the rest was all up to him, and he delivered and made it a 3-score game.
Carlson back out there now to send this one away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field. They've probably got some adjustments to make because they've moved the football okay at times, but they haven't been able to get anything consistently going, have they?
What you worry about is it almost turns into a basketball game where one team's coming down and hitting threes, and you're coming back and getting twos, and you steadily lose ground. In this situation, you're talking about touchdowns to field goals. They want to put in the end zone and put those sixes on the board.
Yeah, they've been settling. That's why they're down on the scoreboard right now. Jackson's throw complete there to Bateman. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Now a pause. Even in need of some assistance. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Play action. Now Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. To throw again is Jackson. He's going to have the hook up to Gage. And this is going to result in another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Packers' 17-yard line. Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Now it's Jackson. This is caught. It's Hardy. And he'll be out of bounds. That one goes for 16 yards. It sets him up 1st and goal. Well, those are the types of plays they probably wish they had made more of in the first 3 quarters. And this deficit going to be tough to overcome here in the 4th. But a nice 1st down and a pickup on that throw.
Yeah, and this is where as coaches, you're looking for effort and execution, even though the scoreboard is...
And he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And the Ravens are finally into the end zone here in this 4th quarter. So a little bit of a letdown there defensively. I mean, look, you're still 2 scores to the good, CD, but things may be a little more uncomfortable than they had hoped.
Yeah, if you'd kept them out of the end zone there, this game's over. You've locked the door on them. Instead, it's still open a little bit, and they've got a puncher's chance.
They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he's going to get in for the 2 points, and that'll make this a 10-point game. They get the conversion, and Charles, when you only have 2 yards to go, what do you think of the toss play? Because initially it kind of sets you back a little bit.
It does, especially if you get a lot of pressure coming towards you. But if you can get to the edge, if you seal the edge with your blocking, often your tackle or your tight end on what they call the play side where the ball goes, you can get to the corner, and that allows those big guys to get out ahead of the runner.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Packers ready to take over offensively. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Love now. He'll swing that out wide to Jacobs. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Third down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard. And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That quick throw there is incomplete. And sensing the momentum maybe changing here a little bit, Charles.
Yeah, this defense is going to get off the field quickly, and their offense got them a touchdown last time they had the ball, so they should get another shot.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's fielded at the 45. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Ravens set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. Jackson and the Ravens, here they come. Down 24-14. 2 minutes, 20 seconds to go. They have all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning, but they need 2 scores. Buying time to his left. And this is into the hands of Andrews downfield. And they will get him down, but not before he gets very good yardage there, as that will lead us right into the 2-minute warning. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter.
21. Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Green Bay offense now about ready to take possession here. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see them take all 3 timeouts defensively, so they can't just kneel this one out. They're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a first down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they have this one in hand. So with your team leading in the fourth quarter, you know you've got to run the football. They know you've got to run the football. Sometimes that means there's nowhere to run the football.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. Now he's free to midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep.
And now off to the races down the right side. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. And they'll indeed take a knee. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play.
Switch, yellow, opposite, green.
And they will take a knee here. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a first down. On third down, here comes Jacobs. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. So no shortage of offense in this game, but a very clean game too, Charles. Each side got its points, but they